Greg Abbott has requested a disaster declaration for the North Texas area. What this means for those impacted, coming up.
If you like the idea of gun protection but might be a little hesitant to purchase your own, there's a new, less lethal option for you to check out.
And experts say that the measles outbreak could last for a year. We have the latest updates on its spread right here on North Texas Television.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Katie Muncie.
And I'm Amanda Villatoro. This morning, Greg Abbott has requested a disaster declaration for North Texas. This comes after thunderstorms, tornadoes, outages, and straight-line winds have caused significant damage to several North Texas communities.
If approved, North Texas counties could receive federal funding from the U.S. Small Business Administration, or SBA. In a press release on Monday, Abbott said the approval of this SBA assistance will help impact Texans in Dallas County and surrounding areas access crucial low-interest loans. The SBA Texas Division of Emergency Management, Dallas County, and Dallas City officials assessed the damage and concluded that more than 60 homes and one business had more than 40% worth of damages.
And here in Denton, a high wind advisory has been extended for through Wednesday as the National Weather Service warns a cold front is on the way. Northwest winds will usher in a cold front Wednesday night and low temperatures will drop to the upper 30s.
The high winds could make driving difficult. The National Weather Service recommends that drivers maintain distance from high-profile vehicles such as 18-wheelers that could topple over. They also recommend to take caution driving over bridges or overpasses during high winds.
And with that, let's take it over to our weather anchor Shelby Wright to see what we can expect for the rest of the day. Shelby?
Thank you, guys. Look at our current conditions. We are looking at some beautiful sunny skies with temperatures about 60 degrees, feeling about 56 degrees, with that wind speed, however, at about 27 miles per hour. Going into tonight, we are going to keep seeing some clear skies. It's going to be about 54 degrees, feeling like 48 degrees, with that wind speed also dropping down to about 20 miles per hour. And then going into tomorrow, we're still seeing some beautiful sunny skies, with the temperature still dropping about 53 degrees. It's going to feel like 49. And that wind speed, however, is also dropping down to about 10 miles per hour. So if you plan on going anywhere today or tomorrow, I'd recommend you bring a jacket and y'all enjoy your day in the sun. Thank you, guys. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Shelby. Katie, I don't know about you, but I get a little bit lost in all of the construction going on here at UNT.
Yeah, all the road issues can be a bit hard to get through and may cause some frustration. Luckily, our segment anchor, Jessica Qualley, is here to give us some insight on the rocky roads. Jess?
Thanks, guys. If you're driving around campus, you may find yourself running into some road closures or construction. Believe it or not, there is a method to the mayhem. Areas facing reworking are Lot 7, which will be the new Science and Tech building, set to finish in September of 2026. Current projects include the Welch Street water line installation, which will disrupt walkways and streets between Chestnut and Prairie until next spring. Bonnie Bray is also being widened and will not be completed until the end of 2026, which has been in progress since January of 2024. Other streets such as Mulberry and Avenue A will be completed in June of this year. And a little bit later in 2025, Avenue D and Chestnut will have a new roadway built to be completed in August, while West Prairie is undergoing utility and road work to end in September. Now, although this construction may seem like a lot, hopefully it will make for some cemented success. Remember to watch out for potholes and be cautious while the workers gravel and grind. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jess. Last week, I was able to visit the Art Room 2025 member exhibition at the UNT CoLab in Denton Square. Let's check it out.
Valuable resources for mental health is the Art Room in Denton, where they guide you to self-discovery through creative expression. Last week, they held their 2025 member exhibition at the CoLab in Denton Square.
So this year's member exhibit was a real success. It's a great time every year for our members to have an opportunity to show their work if they choose to.
The UNT CoLab functions as a bridge between the campus and the community. So doing exhibitions like this art room member exhibition are important to us.
You know, if you just tell somebody, oh, the art room project, what's that? But then when they can come in and see what that is, it's really great.
Just by walking through this exhibit, I am already so inspired, and even more so after learning about the amazing backstories behind these pieces of work behind me, created by all of the members from the art room.
Part of my struggle is a lot of isolation, so it's good for me to have a place to engage in my interests and have other people around me who share the same interests.
No one can deny your art. If I want to express it this way, that's how I feel, that's how I do that. And that belongs to me.
All of us need a place where we can feel welcome, where we can explore without judgment about our thoughts and our feelings. And I think that's why the art room is so important.
After experiencing this exhibit, it's clear that art is not just about creating, it's about healing, connecting, and growing. With ntTV, I'm Amanda Villatoro.
There's an open studio event this Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the art room. Dip your toes in and see if becoming a member is something you'd be interested in.
It's sniffle season, which means the cold is more common. We have tips from the experts on how to protect yourself from the spread coming up next.
And owning a gun can be intimidating, but we have a newer option for those who might be a bit hesitant, coming up on North Texas Television.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Hey you! Yeah, you. Tax day is right around the corner, and the IRS has free resources to help you. Just visit their website or contact our volunteer income tax program at 800-906-9887. You don't want the IRS knocking at your door. Whew, I guess it's too late for you. Pay now or pay later with interest. File your taxes.
With midterms around the corner, it is important to stay healthy so you can ace your exams.
Luckily, our segment anchor Katie Brackens has a few tips for you to stay germ-free during this stressful season. Katie?
Thank you. With all the dirt and wind the past few weeks, it may be hard to tell if you or other students are sick. Here's Alicia Palacios with more information.
I'm a music student, and they take the attendance policies very seriously, and they'll fail you if you don't go to 3 classes.
Flu season's peak is officially behind us, but does that mean we can let our guard down?
Last week, some dude was just coughing, and I'm pretty sure he had like allergies or the flu or something. But he would just come in and he had to like leave class, go to the bathroom, come back.
Still practice like washing your hands, avoiding touching your nose, mouth, and eyes, all of that good stuff, just because it also works to prevent other illnesses such as COVID-19. Just it's a good rule of thumb to avoid that. Also, like whenever you cough or sneeze, like do inside of your elbow.
The University of North Texas doesn't seem to have a set policy for what teachers have to do when students feel unwell. So students' experiences when becoming sick can vary depending on their professor.
I did it. I wasn't feeling my best, and I took a day off when it got worse, but I put on a mask and I hopped up. I just didn't play an instrument for the day.
Teacher of mine said, like, if you're sick, I'm noticing that some students are sick. If you're sick, just don't come to class.
We don't want to miss work or school just because we're feeling sick. A great way to keep germs from spreading is washing those germs away. Ms. Jenica Bates walks us through a thorough way we can wash our hands.
So first, you're going to wet your hands with clean running water. Apply soap and lather well. Rub your hands together for at least 20 seconds, scrubbing all the surfaces, getting underneath your nails, the back of your hands, all of that. And lastly, rinse your hands under clean running water and then dry off with a clean towel.
For ntTV News, I'm Alicia Palacios.
If you are feeling unwell and have to miss class, contact your professor. Try your hardest not to spread any germs. Keep an eye out for yourself and others. That's all I have for Eye of the Eagle. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Katie. The current measles outbreak causes Texas health officials to be fearful of a year-long concern. As of Tuesday, 321 confirmed cases of measles in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico means that the outbreak has spread to 3 different states. That's 25 more than what was reported last Friday. What we have concluded so far is that the majority of those infected were either unvaccinated or had an unknown vaccination status. Officials confirmed that 38 patients have been hospitalized so far, and unfortunately, 1 death has been linked to the outbreak.
Taking someone's life, even in self-defense, doesn't just leave legal issues to deal with. It can leave a lasting effect on the person involved, their family, and the entire community. However, there is another approach to the traditional gun. It is a 2-powered alternative that has the potential to save lives.
It's not a gun. It's called the Byrna launcher, the less lethal alternative to deadly force.
Do we necessarily always need to use deadly force? Not necessarily. So this is a great alternative to that.
Shane Stone, the owner of Stone's Defense in Sanger, Texas, is the only premier dealer of this weapon in the state.
I get a lot of gun owners that buy these just so they have another option. A lot of people don't realize there are other options.
Other options to avoid the legal and mental impact of using deadly force against a threat. 46% of Texas homeowners own a firearm, and out of that group, 72% say they feel safer being armed. But in a dangerous situation, how will using deadly force affect them?
Most people do not want to kill the person. They want the threat to stop. It is a valuable tool to help stop a threat. Numerous times in my career, I dealt with persons that had to use deadly force, and the mental impact on them was pretty traumatic. I think every person ought to take a type of training course in any weapon that they choose to defend themselves with, because even though it is called less lethal, it is still a weapon that could be a deadly option if used wrong.
Training for the Byrna launcher is available at Stone's Defense in Sanger. The training teaches you how to disable a threat. Each round launches at 273 miles per hour and can reach up to 40 feet.
If you're hitting them with a gas round after the solid, then what you did was you just bought yourself some time. Time to get out of the house, time to get to your firearm, or time to call the police, either one.
And that time allows you to protect yourself and your family without the impact of deadly force. For North Texas Television, this is Emma Burns.
While the launcher is a less lethal option, it still has the potential of causing harm. According to Byrna, the physical effects include burning of the throat, inability to breathe, nausea, and physical pain. For more information regarding Byrna, head on over to Byrna.com.
Now that the weather has been perking up, I've started planning what activities I want to do outdoors. I'm thinking tanning by the lake, a picnic at the park. There's just so much to do. Have you thought about what you are planning, Katie?
Picnic at the park sounds pretty nice, Amanda. I think I might just have to steal that idea from you. But let's hope this weather is here to stay. Luckily, our weather anchor Shelby Wright has all the answers. Shelby?
Thank you guys. Look at our local weather map today. We are seeing some pretty stable temperatures across the board. However, up north in about Gainesville and Bowie, we are seeing some temperatures in about the high 50s. Going south, we are seeing Denton sitting at a nice 60 degrees, where we're going towards DFW with Dallas sitting at 65 degrees and Fort Worth sitting at 63 degrees. Going even more farther than that, we are seeing that Stevensville is going up to 66 degrees. Going to our statewide map, we are seeing our chilly temperatures up north with Amarillo and Oklahoma City sitting at 44 degrees and 47 degrees respectively. Going into central Texas, we are seeing Abilene sitting at 61 with Denton still at 60 degrees. And then going down into Houston and Austin, we are seeing those temperatures go up to 74 degrees and 79 degrees in Houston. Going into our 7-day forecast, we are seeing sunny skies about the whole week, with those temperatures are going to have our ups and downs with those Texas weather. Going through Wednesday and Thursday, we are seeing our temperatures slowly rise with 62 degrees and 66 for a high. Going into Friday and the weekend, we are seeing those temperatures go up to 79 degrees and 83 degrees on Saturday. However, going into Sunday, we're going to see those temperatures start to dip to 82 degrees, with Monday going down to 79. However, Tuesday, we're shooting right back up again to 86 degrees for that high temperature. Once again, guys, look at our 7-day forecast. It's going to be some sunny days, so I'd recommend going out and enjoying the sun the rest of this week. Thank you, guys. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Shelby. Israeli strikes killed more than 1,000 people in Gaza overnight. Most of those killed and wounded were sheltering in tents near the city of Khan Yunis. In central Gaza, 3 people were killed after a family home was struck. Meanwhile, Israeli strikes in the northern city of Bat-Hunin killed at least 2 people and left 6 others uninjured. In a statement Wednesday, Israel's military said its strikes targeted a Hamas military site in northern Gaza, where preparations were being made to fire projectiles at Israeli territory. The Israeli Navy also struck several vessels along the Gaza coast. The Israel Defense Forces repeated warnings on Wednesday morning to local Gaza residents to leave Bat-Hunin and relocate to shelters in western Gaza and Khan Yunis.
As Israel has initiated the stop of their ceasefire, 2 protests in New York broke out in response. Yesterday evening, hundreds of New Yorkers marched to Times Square to protest the strikes that killed more than 400 Palestinians. Pro-Palestinian protesters were separated by police from a counter rally that consisted of a smaller crowd, which held photos of Israeli hostages. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu blames Hamas for the collapse of the ceasefire, citing its repeated refusal to release the remaining hostages, including American-Israeli Eden Alexander of New Jersey. The White House on Tuesday said it stands behind Netanyahu, which calls the new assault just the beginning.
Texas makes its first 2 arrests after enacting the abortion ban. We have the latest coming up.
And the Denton house market is now booming more than ever. Find out when we come back.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike is gone.
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1 Indie.
Here at KNTU, we have two traditional stations, 88.1 Indie and KNTU Jazz. We've also recently launched an internet radio station called Mean Green Hits. If you want to hear more, you can check us out at MediaNorthTexas.com.
That was pretty good.
After a month-long investigation, the first 2 abortion ban arrests were made in the Houston area. Maria Rojas, a certified nurse and midwife, and Jose Ley, her employee, were charged with the illegal administration of an abortion and practicing unlicensed medicine, totaling to 20 years in prison. Multiple patients were observed by investigators after they allegedly received abortions at Rojas' clinic. A confirmed patient said she would have continued the pregnancy, but since the gynecologist informed her of medical complications that would arise should she continue with the pregnancy, she relied on that medical advice. Rojas and Ley were arrested Monday morning following their charges.
On Tuesday, the University of Texas announced that its universities are now banned from sponsoring or hosting drag shows in their facilities. In a statement, the UT System Board of Regents Chair Kevin Eltief said, "If the Board of Regents needs to take further action to make this clear, we will do so to comply with all applicable federal, state, and local laws and executive orders." In January, President Trump signed an executive order directing federal agencies to take all necessary steps to ensure funds are not used to promote gender ideology. Texas A&M University Board of Regents referenced these orders when it passed its own drag show ban last month. The UT System Board of Regents' next meeting is scheduled May 7th through the 8th, but may call a special meeting before that time.
Home inventory in the city of Denton hit a record high this month. The number of available homes was up 55% from 2024, according to North Texas Real Estate Information Stats. Months of supply was up 65 to 3.8 months of inventory. Median home prices in Denton were just slightly over, falling to 0.7%. Tariff wars have filtered into the housing market. Continued tariff blustering hasn't worked to slow inflation, but it did send the stock market into a 10% correction. Last month, home sales across Denton County fell 7% from a year ago.
Katie, I don't know about you, but midterms have really bogged me down.
Amanda, you're not alone, but UNT does have something to take your mind off exams and projects. We go live to our reporter, Jay Lathan, in the Union with more. Jay?
Sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll be running up shortly. We're going to go ahead and pitch to sports right now. News anchor Adam C. Adam?
Thanks, guys. Next up, March Madness just started yesterday, and UNT is in the NIT. And I'll have more for you after this commercial break.
To buy my favorite snacks.
I use Flex
That
to get
wasn't
me
a
through
script.
my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants. I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it! You're right, Mom. I have.
Again, sorry for the technical difficulties, but let's head on over to the UPC where our live reporter Jay Lathan has more. Jay.
Thanks, ladies. I'm here in the Emerald Ballroom where the tote bag painting event is going on. The UPC is letting the creative side of students flourish as they can paint with vibrant.
Again, we're sorry for the technical difficulties. We're going to go on to sports now with our sports anchor, Adam C.
It's March, which means it's time for March Madness. Last night, the first four kicked off with a bang between 16 seed St. Francis Penn and the Alabama State Hornets. Hornets guard Tyler Mack channeled his inner Jaden Daniels, launching a Hail Mary of an inbound pass that was deflected into the hands of star guard Amar Knox, who sank the go-ahead layup with 0.7 of a second remaining to lead his team to a 70-68 win. And if that wasn't all, North Carolina fans like myself felt elated after the Tar Heels pulled off a huge blowout win last night. Despite criticism surrounding the team about not deserving a spot, UNC guard RJ Davis went a perfect 6 for 6 from 3, leading the way to a 27-point rout of the San Diego State Aztecs. And staying in the college basketball realm, UNT's men's team will continue their postseason tonight at the Super Pit, while they'll take on the Furman Paladins in the first round of the National Invitational Tournament. The Mean Green first won the NIT in 2023, but they'll have their work cut out for them tonight when they take on a team who's top 50 in three-point percentage and attempts. And this past Wednesday, the Mean Green softball machine took on Tarleton State, picking up an easy 4-0 win against the Texans. Not only that, but star pitcher Skylar Savage reached a career milestone during the win. ntTV's sports reporter Christian Bersuch has an inside look at the historic game.
Mean Green softball rolled through Tarleton State last Wednesday as senior Skylar Savage made program history when she passed 300 strikeouts in the 4-0 victory.
I'm just a ground ball pitcher, so 300 Ks is just a little small step for me. It's a good goal to have. I'm excited that I did it, but I'm here to help my team win games. So.
Savage carried the team through the first half of the game with her shutout pitching, as both teams were unable to score until the Mean Green exploded for 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th.
Knowing that your pitcher can hold it down in the circle, it relieves the pressure off of you when you're hitting 100%.
After the game, Coach DeLong spoke about the team's need for improvement behind the plate, while having nothing but praise for Savage's performance behind the mound, as he congratulated her for reaching 300 career strikeouts.
Oh, she's great. She's, just the embodiment of a program, a great kid to coach, a great human. Just all the success she has, she deserves it. She works hard, and I love to see it.
Now with the record of 19-9 after a rough series against Wichita State over the weekend, the Mean Green will look to bring their offense to life when they take on UT Arlington at home this Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Like Christian said, their next home game is tonight at 6 p.m. Well, they'll take on UT Arlington. So be sure to cheer on our Mean Green and catch more history being made. That's all I've got for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Adam. Thank you so much for joining us on ntTV News at noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.